Is there a movie or show that your kids are watching on repeat over and over and over that's starting to get to you just a little bit during this quarantine? If there is, Brett Kissel has a little trick for you to use. We'll get to that in the COVID-19 Country Music Update. First, I have to say how incredible it was to watch Sunday night, the ACM Our Country Awards. Supposed to be the big award night. Instead, we got a bunch of performances from our favorite artists in their living room. My favorite point was when Ericchurch debuted a brand new song for us.
It's cold, it's a load, it's a heavy stone that the heart can't take.
And speaking of new music, Morgan Wallen was bored at home this week and decided to not only write a brand new song, Wondering About the Wind, but then he shared it with us. And I love it.
I sure could use a little breeze right now.
And I wonder how Brad from High Valley is loving his new haircut. You're getting to that point. I am getting to that point with this mop up here. You can't go get your haircut, so what are you going to do? Brad got his wife to cut his hair for the first time, and he's asking you to pray for their marriage. And speaking of marriage, first comes love, then comes marriage, then comes a baby in the baby carriage. And what do you do when that baby, that child of yours, is watching the same show, the same movie over and over and over again at home during quarantine? Well, take a little page from Brett Kissel's book. He joined us live on Instagram this week to talk about how Paw Patrol in his house was broken.
Oh my God. It is so big that we had to have a little intervention with our daughters and say Paw Patrol was broken.
And speaking of our live interviews, we also got to catch up with our friend Lindsay Ell from her place in Nashville. And she's at the point in quarantine boredom where she is now counting somebody else's running laps. Yeah, her neighbors across the street when she's in her kitchen.
It's so funny. There's a few people who live just down the street, and they've been so good at getting exercise. And so sometimes when I'm cooking, I'll see them out my kitchen window, and I just count their laps. And it's like a fun exercise to see, well, how many laps are you going to do today? And I see in there, I'm like, okay, one. And then a few minutes later, they come around again. This is what my life has turned into.
And hopefully you never get to that level of boredom. But if you do, I apologize for that. We all got to find something to do inside. I'm Greg Reynolds, and this is your COVID-19 Country Music Update.